Hello, Masterduel Central. How's it going, guys? So this new spellbook structure deck dropped. I don't know if you guys checked this out. It kind of like got shadow dropped. I didn't even notice it came out when it did. But it's a pretty sick structure deck. It's got a couple really good URs in here. We've got Spellbook of Secrets, Spellbook Magician of Prophecy, and Crowley is really good too. And really, the most important thing about this, though, is when they drop this, they also put Spellbook of Judgment to 1. And this card is absolutely incredible. If you guys aren't familiar with this card, during the end phase of the turn it was activated, you can add Spellbook cards from your deck to your hand up to the number of spell cards you activated after you use this card. Then special summon one spellcaster from your deck with stars equal to or lower the amount of cards you added. I was trying to figure out a way to kind of like break this card. And I figured the best deck really to do that would be in Sky Striker, because Sky Striker with spellbooks is already a strategy people would play, even without the Judgment. And what the Judgment does basically is it creates this insane value. And if you ever wanted to +6 in Sky Strikers, well, this is going to be the deck to do it. So if I could just show you the deck here real quick. This is what I came up with. Now, this is purely my list, and it might look a little disgusting. It's got 45 cards. The ratios might seem wrong to you, but I tested it a lot. I played a lot with it to kind of figure out a build that I like. And if you guys want to change the ratios for yourselves, that's all good. If you want to change the hand traps for yourselves, that's all good. But this is what I ended up going with, and I really like it. I had a lot of fun with it, a lot of success too. It's a really good deck, really fun deck, and very goofy. This card here is goofy as fuck. I'll take you through the card by card after we see some gameplay. I've got some replays from the stream. Actually, I was just showcasing a replay I had that was really sick on stream. And then I might also just play a game off stream just to kind of talk as I play, just to kind of give you some gameplay of the deck as well. It's really fun to play, so I figure it might be very entertaining. So anyway, first let's get into that replay from the stream. Alright, you guys on Twitch, you gotta promise to check it out on the YouTube when it drops. But yeah, this is the replay basically. This is like the replay of everything going right with the God Hand. So I got Spellbook of Judgment, Toon Table of Contents, Alistair, and Hornet Drones, okay? Guys, this is like, and we have Maxi too. This is just stupid. So obviously you're going to start off with the Spellbook of Judgment. Then you go Toon Table of Content into Toon Table of Content 3 times. So you just kind of cycle. And for those who haven't read Spellbook of Judgment, for those who are new to this card, during the end phase of the turn this card was activated, we can add Spellbook cards from Spellbook spells from our deck to our hand equal to the amount of spells we used after we activated this. And we can also special summon a monster from our deck whose level is less than or equal to the amount of cards we added to our hand. So the idea is basically to activate this, use at least 3 spells after, add 3 spells to your hand at the end of the turn, and also special summon a Jowgen from the deck. So that's exactly what we're doing, and Jowgen obviously locks special summoning. So that's kind of goofy. So we ended off, we get our Toon Cyber Dragon, and Toon Cyber Dragon is really useful in this combo, so keep an eye out for that. We use our token, we go into Shizuku, but we're not just doing a simple Shizuku pass, because we go Alistair the Invoker, get Invocation, and this is where it comes up. We lost this zone here, so we're using Alistair and Cyber Dragon to make ourselves Invoked Makaba. So we've got the Shizuku, the Makaba, use Invocation in the grave to add back the Alistair to make sure we have that monster negate without losing our max C. On end phase, Shizuku will trigger. We add the Engage to our hand. Then we add 3 spellbook cards. Actually, is it 3 or is it 4? Just a 4. Wait, is it 4 or is it 5 spellbook cards to our hand? And we special summon the Jowgen. We discard 2. We should have discarded both of the Spellbook of Secrets, actually. Because, you know, we would be able to use both Spellbook of Knowledge, and we can't use Spellbook of Secrets anymore because we're out of targets anyway. And then, yeah, so we've got Jowgen here, neither playing a special summon monsters. We've got a Makaba that can negate either a monster or a spell. And obviously we got Shizuku stuff going on here, which is not really useful because we don't have Ray in the grave. But other than that, it's pretty friggin' fantastic, dude. And we also have 6 cards in hand, including Engage. Our opponent summons Goki Pole because they can't special summon. Playing shitty B-Troopers, they just attack in Shizuku and scoop it up. It's actually insane, man. It's really crazy. It's so sick. I mean, second works. We're playing Sky Strikers. Sky Strikers is good at going both first and second. We're running a lot of hand traps. I mean, sorry. So we should be looking pretty alright. I'm not too worried about it. They've got the hero field. Hopefully they're playing heroes. This hand is pretty damn amazing. Other than the spells we have. If we draw into our tune tune bookmark, this is going to be a really incredible hand. Playing against Branded Lost. We can still Ash. Branded Lost tells you the activation of your cards and effects that include an effect that fusion summons a fusion monster can't be negated. Also can't activate cards or effects when a monster is fusion summoned. It reads like that, but really you can actually Ash it because Ash doesn't negate the activation. It negates the effect. So really we can actually Ash the Branded Fusion. So we're not going to Ash the Aluber here in case they already have Branded Fusion in hand. And if they don't, well, it is what it is, you know. So they got their Branded Fusion here. And hopefully they don't have the called by. They might have it. Alright, so we're definitely Ashing the Branded Fusion. And if they have called by, then it is what it is, you know. We did what we could. Okay, we're not looking too bad then. Not looking too terrible. What else are they? Okay, so it's not looking too great for them. Not looking too great. Okay, that's not very good either. It's not terrible, but I feel like what we can do is this. You go Spellbook of Knowledge. And we can chain Spellbook of Judgment. So that we can send Spellbook of Judgment and still draw 2. I think that's how it works. So we get our Judgment and then we send it. Yeah, so that's the order you want to do that. That is the order you want to do for that. So that's 1 spell. Then we're going to use this. Negate the Aluber. That will be 3 spells in the grave. Now we can go Horned Drones. I don't think we want to use our Toon Cyber Dragon. Probably not. Probably not. I'm going to keep it in hand. It can come up later. It can be a good material for Alistair. Things like that. Okay, so next for us will be to go Hayate. For sure. And I might want to put on some extra pressure. Not sure. We do have the Widow Anchor in hand, which is really good. Not sure if I want to go straight for the Kagari and adding the Engage. Might want to go for a double Engage next turn, but that's only if we make it to next turn, you know. What we could do is take control of this and do a lot of damage and get rid of the Aluber. Oh wait, no, we can't do that because it's already negated. All right, let's not get ahead of ourselves here. I'm about to negate my own Hayate. Gotta be careful. Read your cards. Oh shit, that is not good. We don't like to see that. Oh my god, they were playing Invoked. Yeah, I guess really we'll just leave it in the grave. And if they activate Invocation, that's when we're gonna banish it. Yeah, so hopefully, yeah, so we're not gonna attack. And we're gonna go to main phase 2. And yeah, well that just confirms there's pretty much no way we're going into Kagari in that case. We probably just want to go Shizuku pass. So Shizuku. Yep. Setting these 2 here. And we will get to add a lot of cards to our hand. I believe we've activated 3 spells. I think it... I don't know if it considers... Damn, I'm actually not sure. We'll see. Shizuku effect. We'll add the Engage, obviously. Sorry, I had to think about that because I was thinking... Okay, we get to add 3. Okay, so we're good. We'll get our Jougin. That is perfect. So 1, 2, 3. Wow. So we get to add +3. We +3 at the end phase. And we get to special summon a card that locks out special summoning. So we summon the Jougin. Now our opponent cannot special summon. And if they go to battle phase, what we're going to do is we're going to activate a spell to lower their Aluber's attack as low as the Jougin Spiritualist's defense. And they won't be able to beat over it. So they'll be kind of stuck. And this is how you know. This is how you know it's broken. Okay. Can't special summon. So you can't use the effect of Fallen of Albaz. As soon as you try beating over it, you're going to learn a terrible, terrible lesson. Okay. Turn this on. Oh, what the? Why did it not let me use... Oh, because I had a monster in my main monster zone. Duh. Big brain, am I right? Anyway, we're fine. I mean, Jowgen did its job though, because they would have had a much more lethal battle phase if they could have done this shit before. Jowgen is just a good card, just stumps your opponent. We're gonna let them use the effect of Verte first, and then we're gonna negate it because they're gonna lock themselves into no more special summoning after. Okay, making it dark. Damn. Okay. That's kind of scary. Do they have Super Poly? Oh no, actually, if they had Super Poly, it wouldn't do the job. They're sending Super Poly. That's interesting. That is very interesting. I'm just gonna Widow Anchor. Not Widow Anchor, I mean, yeah, Widow Anchor. We're gonna activate Widow Anchor here. Negate the Verte Anaconda. Take control of it. I mean, why not? Doesn't really change anything. Right, it's gonna leave after the end phase. And now our opponent is looking kind of whack. We pretty much demolished Branded. Like, this deck is actually really solid. And look at all the follow-up we have. It's actually insane. We have Engage. We'll get another draw 2 from this. Like, it's so good. Look at this. Okay, oh wow, multi-roll. As if it couldn't get any better. Okay, we're gonna start with the multi-roll then. Like, why not? I guess we can just use it and just waste our Shark Cannon. So you do this and then you can chain the Shark Cannon. And I guess we'll banish the Aluber. We're not going to special summon it to our field because we want to be able to activate Engage. And now, oh my god, there's so many things we can do. Okay, they won't let us do it. I mean, it was pretty clear how good this deck was. We had Engage, just a bunch of ways to keep it going. We could have drawn 2. Like, it's just goofy, man. This deck is actually insane. I genuinely think this might be one of the best ways to play Sky Striker now. And I don't know if my build is the optimal way to do it, because I don't know if my ratios are really optimal yet. But I do think the strategy itself is insanely versatile and very, very powerful. Anyway, guys, that's it for the gameplay of the deck. If you guys want a card by card, I'll just give you that right now. We're running 3 Max C, 1 copy of Spellbook, Magician of Prophecy. Sorry, I didn't remember the name. Jowgen the Spiritualist, 3 copies of Ash Blossom, 3 copies of Alistair, 2 copies of Ray, 1 copy of Toon Cyber Dragon. If you want to, you can Tekken. I don't remember exactly. I think it's Mega Fleet. So you could run a Mega Fleet Dragon, and it's a good like tech. It makes Toon Cyber Dragon a good tech card against like Link decks, because you can use your Toon Cyber Dragon and a monster in the extra monster zone to make this card. So if you want to run one, like I'm thinking of running one, I'm just trying to figure out what I remove. Maybe I'll remove the access code talker and run this. I also don't want to spend the UR dust on it, but if you already have it or you want to, like, this is probably a good tech card to run for your Toon Cyber Dragon. We're running 3 tables of content, 1 terraforming, 2 copies of Spellbook of Secrets. By the way, for the structure deck, I made 2. So I bought 2 of it, so I spent 1,000 gems, gave me 2 copies of this. It gave me 2 copies of Magician of Prophecy 2, but after testing, I ended up deciding I'd rather just play 1. At first, I was playing 2. You can play 2, and it works. It's a good draw card, you know, because you summon this, you can search the Spellbook of Knowledge and draw using it, or if you already have it, then you can actually draw. You can search out the Spellbook of Judgment, activate the Spellbook of Knowledge, tribute this off, draw 2, and then, you know, chain the Spellbook of Judgment, stuff like that. So there's a lot of things you can do from there. But yeah, so I ran 1. You could run 2 if you wanted to, but definitely I would say you want 2 Spellbook of Secrets. So if you don't already have it, it's totally worth it to just spend the 500 gems for 1 UR you need instead of just hoping, because like the odds of you getting 3 URs on 500 gems are not that high. I think this is a much better odds, so you might as well. 2 copies of Invocation, 2 copies of Spellbook of Knowledge. This is your draw 2. 2 copies of Engage. This is the best card in the game. 1 copy of Afterburner, 1 copy of Jamming Waves, 1 copy of Lightning Storm. We're playing 2 Magical Meltdowns, Sky Striker Airspace Area 0. We're playing obviously the multi-roll as well. Spellbook of Fate. This card is pretty cool. It can be a Book of Moon, or it can be a banish, quick effect banish of an opponent's monster. This comes up from time to time. I only run 1 because it's very searchable, and it's not the kind of card that like you would want to run multiple copies of, because it does require the setup, since you need to banish spellbook cards from your grave. and you have to banish up to 3 to get the best effect. If you get 2, you get the Book of Moon, and the first one, return a set spell / trap. It hasn't come up for me, but I'm sure it could come up. So, you know, just overall a pretty decent card to search off of the Judgment at the end of your turn. It's a good little interruption on your own turn, actually, because you kind of want to stay in the grind game, and then on your own turn when it comes back, this is a good way to either bait out a negate or to get rid of a threat, like flipping down a Mirror Jade, for example, is pretty good. So just an overall good card. We're playing 2 copies of Called by the Grave, 1 copy of Hornet Drones, 2 copies of Widow Anchor. We are playing the Shark Cannon, 2 Droplets, and 2 Imperms. For the extra, we're playing 1 Caliga, 1 Raijin, 1 Purgatrio, 2 copies of Mikaba. We're playing 1 Kagari, 2 copies of Shizuku, 1 Hayate, 1 Kaina. I mean, this is like debatable. You probably don't have to run Kaina. I just kind of like having it for Kaina. I like having it, you know, if they out like my Sky Striker monster and I have to bring back Ray, sometimes it does come up that you'll tag out your Ray for a Kaina, and it can be pretty useful. It can be kind of useful. We're playing 1 Almirage, 1 copy of Artemis. These are basically just to, if you want to go into Purgatrio, after you summon Alistair, you just go into Almirage. If you want to summon Mikaba, after Alistair, you summon Artemis. So this is just to get better access to those. We're playing Alistair, the Invoker of Madness. I'm not running the Book of Law. This is just kind of like a generic Link 2 that I'm playing sometimes when I want to free up my main monster zones. You could also play Verte, I guess. Not that Verte is very useful. This one isn't that useful either, though, in my deck, except that it can sometimes technically search Invocation, but I really only use it like as a generic Link 2 to make some space on my field. We're playing the Nightmare Unicorn. This card does come up a lot, and the Access Code Talker. In this deck, I haven't had a lot of moments where I want to go into Access Code, because I usually do my big punches with my Invoked cards instead, but I guess it could come up. This is definitely one of the more, this and Kaina are the most replaceable, I would say, in this extra deck right here. But yeah, that's the card by card. I really like this deck. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys think the deck is as crazy as I think it is, and if not, let me know in the comments why you're not impressed. And yeah, thank you so much for watching the video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. Everything is very appreciated. Thank you especially to my UCT tier members. That would be Raptor Rapture, Bongerman for 20, Rye Toast, Huda Man Me, and of course that dude Joey. You guys are awesome. Thanks for the love. Really appreciate it. Also, huge shout out to obviously the baby tier members, the miss tier members, people supporting over on the Twitch, and everyone just supporting the content by enjoying it, sharing it around, commenting. You guys are all awesome. I really appreciate it. And that's gonna be it for me. As you can see, my eyes are getting kind of, I need to get some sleep. So peace.